Hey friends and family, hey loved ones, hey fools, how you doing? So I just wanted to come back and say a few things and share a few messages that I received this last week. It was what I needed for me. And there is one that popped up today, well, a couple actually that popped up today that I needed for me. So I'm going to share them with you if you're open to receive. And I was wanting to share some messages from my animal spirit companions and the messages that I've received this week from some of them. And so I have my little Spirit Animal Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid out, and that's been a fun one, like, that I asked for in August, and just been super enjoying this one because I love Medicine Cards so much by Jamie Sams and David Carson. But yeah, I love this one too, and slightly different perspective, but it does correspond, to the teachings and medicine cards too. And so, just the qualities and the energies and the wisdom that our animal teachers and companions hold for us and can show us just through their ways of being and being part of the whole. So I super appreciate all of that and all of their wisdom and all the parts they play in this web. And so what I flipped open to when I was actually looking for Vulture again, because Vulture was one of the totems that came up for me, and Whale. But I flipped open to Turtle, and Turtle's been in my space for sure for the last little while and helping me to slow down so I don't get ahead of myself, because my mind goes 1,000 miles a second, and it's sometimes I do get ahead of myself, and so it's a good reminder for me to slow down and be right here where I am. And also just like feeling really tired today, like really super like drained and like almost energetically hungover. And so wasn't really happy with myself because I don't really like to feel tired. It's like my old tired story. I'm so tired of being tired. So, I really needed this message today, so I'm going to gratefully share it with you. Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Oracle message. Turtle Spirit arrives to remind you that when you do what you need to do, putting one foot in front of the other and trusting that you will see your intentions manifest in perfect timing, your prosperity and love will grow exponentially. Now is not the time to rush around trying to force matters. And that's what I felt like too, even if I wanted to. I don't think I have the energy to do that, to force anything. And I don't, that's kind of, I have an aversion to that right now as well. Like, I don't really want to force anything. And if it's not coming easily right now, I just don't know, how much efforting I want to put into it, And so just like letting go. And just also even expecting a lot of myself, and maybe that's what's draining my energy and making me feel a little more tired than is necessary. And so, just letting that go too. What I think I have to be today, and to show up and just be as I am. And so that's just showing up, just to be as I am, here as I am, right as I am, loved as I am, here as I am. So now is not the time to rush around trying to force matters. Move slowly, perhaps even so slowly that it almost feels as if you are not moving at all. This may be a time to crawl before walking, taking your time to align to Turtle Spirit's place as you contemplate this road you are on, doing what you need to do in the small moments that will soon pass. Turtle Spirit reminds you that sometimes the best action is to slow right down so it feels as if you are not doing enough. That's what I already feel like. And that's like why, it's probably another contributing factor to my feelings of fatigue. And it's okay for me to feel, that way, and just honor the needs of my body and being for my well-being. Turtle Spirit reminds you that sometimes the best action is to slow right down so it feels as if you are not doing enough. Know that simply being aware of what is happening right now may be an important step toward determining whether you need to pivot or simply keep putting one foot in front of the other. Step by step, little by little, bit by bit. So true love and true success comes with patience, says Turtle Spirit. Focus on the now, and the next step will be clear. Focus on the now, and the next step will be clear. Here's the protection message. Pushing too hard or rushing to leave others in the dust is not the way of Turtle Spirit, even if it seems at times it is the way of the world. Turtle Spirit wants you to remember that you are a human being, not a human doing. In the protection position, Turtle Spirit is giving you the message that the best thing to do right now is to let go of the drive to compete or control and do more. Instead, simply be. So the message in this position, Turtle Spirit is giving you the message that the best thing to do right now is to let go of the drive to compete or control and do more. Instead, simply be. As an old Norse saying goes, we do without doing, and everything gets done. I like that. We do without doing, and everything gets done. Spirit conspires on your behalf, so slow to a crawl or even stop, releasing any fear that life is a race that you might be losing. Trust that peace, prosperity, love, and purpose are all yours to enjoy right now. Do not do, simply be. So thank you, Turtle Spirit. Thank you, Turtle Medicine. Thank you for the messages and the wisdom. To have patience and faith and slow it right down. Be here now. Simply be. Simply be. And maybe I've had resistance to that because I feel like I need to be doing something in order to be worthy and to prove my worthiness. And so willing to let those things go and those old beliefs and those old strategies and those old roles and comfort zones of the known, letting those go. And so the next entry is Vulture Spirit. And I drew this card, or it actually flew out at me at my friend Danielle's house last Sunday on February 13th was my friend's birthday, and she was holding a full moon circle for the full moon in Leo. And I almost didn't go to that. I've been looking forward to it, like, ever since she announced it for a couple of weeks, and then the day came around, and I just wasn't feeling very good, and I wasn't having a very emotionally pleasant day. I felt like a hot mess, and I'd just been crying all day, and it just seemed like I kept sinking into just this funk, and just felt like really super insecure and full of self-doubt, and just felt really fragile and vulnerable. And in the past, it's been my tendency to isolate and just say, I can't make it, I'm not feeling good, and nobody probably wants to be around me anyway, kind of just had those old beliefs and silly stories, I can't burden anyone else with my, stuff or my pain or my, whatever it is, my struggles. And I knew, that was an old strategy, an old pattern, to isolate, when it really would benefit me and benefit my well-being to be with others. And maybe to when I'm feeling like that, maybe it is like just an invitation for me to show up and be received and to receive, and sometimes I can get in my own way because of the expectations that I have of me. Because I always like to be the giver and the caregiver, and and sometimes, I guess when I'm having those days, I don't feel like I can give very much, but maybe those days are the days to receive, and it's okay, like, to allow myself, like, those days where I just receive and allow myself and allow me just to be as I am. So I did show up, and I was on the fence about it for like just a little bit. Like, I knew, like, I wanted to go and it would serve me to go, and it would be good for me to be there with, other people that I love and care about and that care about me. And so, yeah, I listened to my higher self, because my higher self was like, well, this is your old pattern of wanting to isolate when you're feeling this way, but, you can choose to show up for you, and you can allow yourself, and, like, it's up to you, though. You can choose whatever you need to for you, and, yeah, allow yourself to receive that, for all of you. So I was like, okay, I'll go, I'll get ready, even though it's like stretching my comfort zone to be vulnerable and, I just feel so fragile, like I might just anything, like at the drop of the hat, just burst into tears and not be able to stop, or, like, just like, it's okay. If that happens, it's all right. There'll be people to hold you. It's all right. Like, and and so, just made that choice, like, just to show up, and I was really supported in, like, how easy it was for me to get there, and I haven't been driving an automobile for a little while. I haven't driven a car. And that's just because, like, that's a choice I can make for me, because I don't enjoy it and I don't like it, and it doesn't really work for me right now, and I don't have to. And so, it's just kind of one of those things where I've just kind of let that go. Like, I don't need to drive, and I don't have to if I don't want to, and and it works. It's been working out fine for me. And so, and my husband doesn't mind, like, taking me around different places, and being my protector, and taking care of me in those ways. So I'm open to receive in those ways, and I'm happy that he's willing, and it doesn't bother him. He doesn't mind, like, taking care of me in those ways. So I'm grateful for that, and I think that's really sweet. So it doesn't make me feel like super dependent either. Like, I know I could if I wanted to, but I just don't want to, and so I don't. And some people don't understand that, because they think it's like, it'd be different for them, and so I think that is interesting, like, looking at all these things. And so, different strokes for different folks through all our ways. But I am super grateful that I showed up to the moon circle, and it is exactly what I needed, and it was, and I did get so much love, and share so much love, and receive so much love, and offer, my own love. And so it was just all about the love, and all about the sharing, and all about the gifts, of that reciprocal exchange, and showing up for others, and showing up for ourselves. And also, like, I've kind of had those, like, feelings as well, or those, like, kind of thoughts and things, like, when I have my circles, when I host my circles, and then someone cancels at the last minute, or, like, something similar happens with them, like, maybe they're feeling fragile and vulnerable, and, like, maybe they shouldn't come because they don't want to, like, be a downer, or, like, I don't know, whatever it is that we tell ourselves that we can't be, to show up and be received. Like, it's interesting, but, like, I've thought that way, like, well, you can still come if you want to, and we can support you and hold you and however you are, and like, or you can, take the time you need for yourself, and, just be as you are and choose what you need to for yourself, and, like, whatever's best for you, whatever works for you, but you're still welcome, to be here, and we'd love to have you and all of that. So, like, just kind of like, yeah, seeing it on both sides, like, being the guest and the host, that comes in or holds the space, or, yeah, comes to share the space, all those things. So it did help me, like, it did give me a little nudge to get me out the door, and and so I could be with my sisters, and for the full moon circle. That was beautiful, and it was awesome, yeah, just to sit in a small intimate group and share with our gifts, share a little bit about what our personal medicines and our personal gifts are, to contribute to the whole, contribute to the well-being of the whole. And so, yeah, it was inspiring, and it was very sweet, and I'm glad I got to see my friend Danielle on her birthday and bring her some gifts, and see everyone doing well, and showing up as they are, and the love that they are, for the love that they are, through the love that they are, always. And so, the first card that I drew was White Raven Spirit, and then two other ones like flew out at me, and one of those was Vulture, and Vulture Spirit, number 63. Nothing is wasted. The oracle message is, what seems hideous has its own beauty, and the recycling and repurposing the vulture does is as important as any other activity in nature that supports the cycle of life. Vulture Spirit's message is that nothing is to be wasted, for nature sees value in everything that exists. What seems rotten and ugly has the potential to be transmuted into something beneficial, and you are reminded that any suffering you have experienced has not gone to waste. Wisdom and understanding that arose from the experience you talismans. Wisdom and understanding that arose from the experiments are talismans that will serve you on your journey wherever you go. What is decaying is only changing form and will fertilize seeds you wish to plant, turning that which has passed away into the substance that will support new growth. So life, death, life. All that you might wish to deny or discard has value and can be repurposed and reintegrated into the new you that you are becoming and the new life that you are dreaming into being. No pain was in vain and no experience was wasted for you to have the power to use it to co-create something far better. This is the miracle in your partnership with Spirit. So no pain was in vain and no experience was wasted, for you have the power to use it to co-create something far better. This is the miracle in your partnership with Spirit. And I super did appreciate that. Yeah, and I always have loved Vulture and Vulture Spirit. Vulture's been a great ally for at least the last 8 years for me. And I love Vulture, so much. Really do. Protection message. Do you wish you could run away from your past or deny your mistakes? Not so fast, says Vulture Spirit. You have gained something valuable from the experience. Let your grief or anger move through you, and soon your emotions will transform, for you will come to see that you have learned and grown. The alchemy of transformation is a gift from Spirit, so never disown what embarrassed, disappointed, or shamed you. It will soon be a source of great wisdom and strength as you work with the magic that allows miracles to be created out of sadness and beauty to arise from ugliness. Vulture Spirit wants you to know that you embody beauty, and the alchemical transformation of the past is happening already. Hang in there. You are so loved, and so much beauty is waiting to come out of all of this. And thank you, Vulture Spirit. The alchemy of transformation is a gift from Spirit, so never disown what embarrassed, disappointed, or shamed you. It will soon be a source of great wisdom and strength as you work with the magic that allows miracles to be created out of sadness and beauty to arise from ugliness. Vulture Spirit wants you to know that you embody beauty and that alchemical transformation of the past is happening already. Hang in there. You are so loved, and so much beauty is waiting to come out of all of this. Yeah, so trust and faith and grace and courage and faith, patience and grace. Whale Spirit, trust. Trust the great mystery. Whale Spirit is an ancient creature who is here at the beginning of time and who has seen everything, felt everything, and heard everything that has ever transpired on this planet, in the hidden realms where all things must gather first before manifesting into form. And so that reminds me of Nephthys, who has been huge in my space lately. So Whale is an ancient creature who has been here at the beginning of time and who has seen everything, felt everything, and heard everything that has ever transpired on this planet, in the hidden realms where all things must gather first before manifesting into form. Whale Spirit is the keeper, singing the soul of the whole world from the deepest waters of the coldest seas. When Whale Spirit appears, it is a reminder that there is a great mystery that you must accept without intellectually trying to understand. Some things cannot be known by the mind, only experienced through the heart, through intuition, and through peripheral senses that part the invisible veil separating the visible world from the great manifesting consciousness in the hidden realms. Now is the time for you to immerse yourself in the great mystery of spirit and to trust that within the invisible, what you can't see now are the seeds of your intentions being tended to by angels. Thank you, Whale. Thank you, great Whale Spirit. Protection message is: certainty is not offered to you right now. You are being asked to trust the process of co-creation. Whale Spirit reminds you that your primary reality is not that of the material world, but that of the realm of spirit, from which the essence of your dreams and desires takes shape before arriving as a specific form. You must trust absolutely that what will come will be for your highest good. Stay in your present moment awareness and allow the hidden realms to hold your intentions safely until it is time for them to manifest in the realm of form. Let go, for you will not be left behind. Some things take longer than others to arrive. And so, yeah, there's a theme, like a message here. It's like that life-death-life cycle and the in-between and that transition. Slowing down to be here and trusting the mystery. And trust this process of co-creation. This reciprocal exchange. So White Raven Spirit is next. Trust in the magic. Nothing in the universe is random, for the intricate web of co-creation weaves together all events and has done so since the beginning of time. Coincidences have meaning, and White Raven Spirit appears to remind you to pay attention to these synchronicities so that you might recognize patterns. Even the winds dance in a pattern, participating in the magic of Spirit's plan for all. Align with the highest good and intentions, and you will come to see that White Raven is guiding you, an ally to you, and a messenger from Spirit. Align with the light, and you will start to recognize that all is working together harmoniously in ways that eye can't always see and the mind can't always comprehend. The universe is conspiring on your behalf right now, drawing you to the light and bringing you the magic and miracles that are your birthright. Now is the time to trust in the magic of the world that is everywhere and in all things. Pay attention to how things come together as if by magic, and you will see the hand of Great Spirit arranging things in your favor. Thank you, White Raven Spirit. Protection message. Are you being distracted by the illusion of a chaotic universe? Deep in your heart, you know the world is full of magic, and White Raven has appeared to remind you that the ways of the world can cause spiritual amnesia. Stay awake and alert, for Spirit wants you to enjoy the miracles all around you. Remember, the evidence of divine order can be seen everywhere. Ask for a sign, and it shall be yours. Synchronicities happen all the time, so if you are in a time of challenge and feeling cynical, all you need to do is ask for a reminder. White Raven will appear to you. White Raven will appear to reassure you that all of this is leading to something better, for magic is in the wind. Thank you, White Raven. And Wolf. Wolf is next. And I didn't plan on reading Wolf, but I feel like nudged to, so I will. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Oracle message. Wolf Spirit leads you deep into the enchanted forest that holds the secrets to your life. Can you sense her beckoning you to follow, asking you to take all you have learned and all you are learning and make it yours? Can you integrate it all into your body, mind, and spirit? Whatever lessons you learned along the way, do not leave them unexamined. Be loyal to your dreams, to your soul, and to turning knowledge into wisdom and experience into magic. You are the one you have been waiting for. Be still and know that the sound of your heart beats in harmony with the whole world. The appearance of Wolf Spirit is an auspicious omen that says you are truly in alignment with your destiny. Thank you, Wolf Spirit. Be loyal to your dreams, to your soul, and to turning knowledge into wisdom and experience into magic. You are the one you've been waiting for. Be still and know that the sound of your heart beats in harmony with the whole world. The appearance of Wolf Spirit is an auspicious omen that says you are truly in alignment with your destiny. Protection message. What is unknown is still yet to be discovered. When Wolf Spirit appears, you are being told not to pretend you know something when you don't. You won't impress anyone with a little bit of knowledge. In fact, you rob yourself of true experience and education if you tell yourself you are done learning or you don't have to know something. Be open, be humble, be teachable, and the world will open itself up for you like magic. You rob yourself of a true experience and education if you tell yourself you are done learning or you don't have to know something. Be open, be humble, be teachable, and the world will open itself up for you like magic. Now is the time to look into the world with reverence and awe and an insatiable curiosity. You will never grow old if you are willing to keep learning. Wolf Spirit is waiting to be your mystical, loving guide. And thank you, Wolf Spirit, for that reminder to look into the world with reverence and awe. And then also with irreverence. Thank you, Coyote. Remembering not to take ourselves so seriously, because it feels really serious sometimes. Way too serious. Way too deadly serious. And there's one last one I wanted to include. Swan's been coming up a lot lately this month. And it's one of my main totems that I've had. Yeah, my lifelong totems. Swan. Oracle message. With their graceful long necks, swans are able to reach into the depths. When Swan Spirit arrives, you are called to take a deep dive beyond what is easily available on the surface. You may think you know what is best for you now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge you are not aware of, and great treasures to discover. Deeper understanding awaits you, and a perspective that comes from greater self-knowledge is what you need right now to better understand a situation or relationship. So deeper understanding awaits you, and a perspective that comes from greater self-knowledge is what you need right now to better understand a situation or relationship. As you come to know yourself more intimately, so too will you come to better know others. So Swan Spirit asks you to go beyond the surface of what is happening between you and others and resist the temptation to judge by superficial appearances. Know that there is much deeper potential for loving connections, forgiveness, and mutual understanding. Choose to dive deep into your why. Asking the deeper questions of yourself, you are led by the grace of Swan Spirit. So thank you, Swan. Protection message. Don't talk yourself into diving deep. Don't talk yourself into diving deep into something just because you see the potential of things instead of what they really are now. The necessary work and patience involved may not be the best use of your energy. Have you seen the potential in someone and think that if you love and support them, they will become the person who knows you love them beyond all others? Have you stepped into an opportunity that you know feels too good to be true? And might not turn out the way you hope. Now is not a time for selective, limited perception that can lead to misjudgment. Instead, this is a time for going deep and being honest about what you find as you explore the depths. Have no fear, for whatever you find below will help you love and understand yourself and others, and make better choices. Can you sense Swan Spirit calling you to dive deep and resurface to choose again? Now is not a time for selective, limited perception that can lead to misjudgment. Instead, this is a time for going deep and being honest about what you find as you explore the depths. Have no fear, for whatever you find below will help you love and understand yourself and others, and make better choices. Can you sense Swan Spirit calling you to dive deep and resurface to choose again? So yay, yeah, I appreciate that. Remembering that I always have a choice, and that I can choose to be a better friend to myself, and I can choose to show up and care for myself, and I can choose to allow myself to be as I am, and to be here as I am. Yeah, and let go of my judgments that I have had, or that I have held for myself or others. And let go of other people's judgments as well, judgments that they've had about me, or misperceptions and misjudgments. Yeah. So yay, that's freeing. And last week, or the week before that, I allowed myself to take a bath, and I did a little bit of divination with my new Myths and Mermaids oracle deck that my friend Rachel sent me for my birthday, my belated birthday. Thank you, Rachel. And yeah, there's some really good messages in there too that kind of related and were kind of, very similar, with this advice. And one of them that I super appreciated was the blue whale, and the whale came up again, the big blue whale. And this is Jasmine, Beckett, Griffith with Amber Logan and Kachina Micheletto, Oracle of the Water. So the big blue whale. With you by my side, O benevolent beast, I'll always be mighty and strong, your manners so docile, your body colossal, your great weight and force, keep me swimming on course, embracing the sea with your song. So the divination message, use your power gently. The blue whale is the largest creature known to man with an inconceivable amount of physical power. Just the same, she is no monster, but rather a gentle giant worthy of respect and admiration. As you discover your own sources of personal power, do not forget to maintain your loving disposition and use your strength to protect the less fortunate. Only the weak are cruel. The kind and gentle will always be the truly strong. Only the weak are cruel. The kind and gentle will always be the truly strong. And then the other message, the antithesis, bold is beautiful. Lately your meekness has become your weakness. You are being too passive and submissive, letting too many life opportunities slip by. It is time to embolden yourself and focus on using your strengths to their utmost potential, even if doing so feels impertinent. Remember, you are your own advocate, and you have the right to stand up for yourself and do what needs to get done. And so, just do what you need to do. Do what you need to do for you. Choose what you need to choose. It's all up to you. I can direct my energy, in the ways that I choose. And so that's a good reminder for me. And just to remember that, that gentle strength and that care. The kind and gentle will always be the truly strong. And I've had, this strength card on my desk here for the last couple months with the Magician and the Cocksucker. I'm just remembering, Sometimes it sucks, you know? And sometimes it's not not the kind that's good. And so, yeah, it doesn't feel very good sometimes. Yeah. But nothing is wasted. We can transform it into something beautiful, or allow it just to be and to teach us how to turn our knowledge into wisdom and our experience into magic. And so, yeah, that was awesome. And I did get 2 messages today from my Sacred Path Cards book by Jamie Sams. And I flipped it open. I was actually looking for Burden Basket because I had that card slipped out at me today during my morning practice. And so I was just getting around to it to read that entry. And I flipped open to Rites of Passage. And that was, chapter 21. And today is the 21st, so that's fun. The changes of many winters mark the cycles of the wheel. The lines across my ancient face show all that I can feel. The nature of my passage remains a mystery, for in my heart of hearts I hold my destiny. When I was but an infant in the beginning of time, I marveled at the wonder of discoveries I did find. And now that I am ancient, I have learned once again that the weight of every winter brings discovery like a friend. The rites of passage, change. And I did read this whole entry, and I super appreciate it, and I really, really love it. I'm just going to share the application and this last little part of rites of passage. The final rite of passage ensured a safe and speedy transition into the spirit world. The popular movies have called this transition the happy hunting ground. This is a slang term used by the White Eyes to denote the joy that Native Americans feel upon returning to the ancestors after having successfully completed their earth walk. Every type of rite of passage marks a major change in the way Native Americans view their life path. Each rite of passage brings new privilege to experience the beauty of each phase of life. So each rite of passage brings new privilege to experience the beauty of each phase of life. From the newborn in the cradle board to the oldest elder, each life cycle adds to the wisdom and experience of the tribe as a whole. Beginning with the birth rite, which welcomes the new infant into the tribal family, and ending with the death rite, which sees the graduation of that spirit into a new life, each rite of passage celebrated as a part of the sacred hoop or medicine wheel of life cycles. Super appreciate that right now so much. Yeah, this life, death, life cycles. And the sacred hoop and the medicine wheel. The wheel of life. The application. A rite of passage marks a time of some momentous change in life. If you have drawn this card, you are being asked to make note of the growth and the change that is occurring because it will shape your future. The changes may be small or gradual, but you are changing. The changes may be drastic and earth-shaking, leaving a sense of confusion, but each one is benefiting your growth in some manner. And that was like what I was talking about yesterday, like how it's happening for us. Yeah. And it's benefiting our evolution. It's benefiting us in the long run and our greatest growth and our greatest well-being. And so that's awesome, confirmation and affirmation there. The changes may be drastic and earth-shaking, leaving a sense of confusion, but each one is benefiting your growth in some manner. The Rite of Passage card can also speak of a need for a change if you have lost the magic and spontaneity of life. Only you can make the decision to change the doldrums to excitement. If this decision is made, be ready to fly with eagle and experience the new freedoms that these changes bring, or experience the new freedoms those changes can bring. In all cases, change is the key. Remember, if the moment you are experiencing is not beautiful, recreate it, and you will have initiated your own rite of passage. And I thought that was amazing because I've been working with I think it was the Knight of Pentacles, the self-initiator. And I had heard about that, like, oh my God, like, wow, I'm the self-initiator. I am the self-initiator. I don't have to wait for life to initiate me into things in a painful way. I can initiate them myself when I'm present and willing and open to listening, like what's ready to be initiated for me. And so, like, just trusting my intuition and myself and my feelings and my guidance that I'm receiving. And yeah, doing those little things, like just small, actually, like that almost seem like insignificant things, but they're not really. They're, like, it's powerful magic, really, is what it is. And so, from the most insignificant movements of your own holy body, yeah, that's huge. So in all cases, change is the key. Remember, if the moment you are experiencing is not beautiful, recreate it and you will have initiated your own rite of passage. And so, yeah, I thought that was awesome. And I did initiate something. Yeah. I've initiated a few things this week, and so I'm feeling good about that. And yeah, maybe I'll share a little bit more about that. But yeah, I found Burden Basket next. And also revisited Storyteller for a minute, because that one was a huge one for me a couple months ago. And so just wanted to share this little thing about the Burden Basket. And I think it's so very cool. And I'm going to let this one percolate for however long it gets to, because there's something really profound in here for me too. And it also relates to, like, some of the things that I just shared, and we'll see how it gets to be tied together here. Yeah. So the Burden Basket. The application. If you are carrying a burden basket today, this card is telling you to pull from your inner strength and become self-reliant. You can conquer the world when you let go of the burdens by trusting your ability to find your own answers. Problems cease being burdens when solutions are found. The burden basket also teaches us not to drop our woes at the door of another. Relying on ourselves and our connection to great mystery teaches us to stretch into our potential. If confusion sets in and counsel is sought, use the advice. Don't waste the precious time of others if you do not intend to respect the wisdom offered. Know also that it's not your job to solve the problems of others. Don't rob others of their right to self-reliance. In all cases, we only carry the burdens we wish to carry. If it makes us feel good or important to have so much to handle, we might need to look at our ideas of self-importance. The reminder is that we are all self-reliant, and we must use our talents to find our own solutions. The best answer is one shared equally by all travelers on the sacred path. I thought that was beautiful, and I really needed that too. Like, that reminder was so great. Don't waste the precious time of others if you do not intend to respect the wisdom offered. And know also that it's not your job to solve the problems of others. Don't rob others of their right to self-reliance. And that's not saying, like, to not offer help and stuff, but it just reminds us that we're not responsible for other people's problems, but we can help. We can care for them, and we can offer things to them, but it's up to them too to receive, and it's up to them, to show up for themselves and to be honest with themselves as well. And then, and to be open to learning, like, how to be self-reliant and how to trust themselves and how to go within for their own answers and what they need, what their well-being, is really needing. So that's a good reminder. And I really, really, really loved the entry in this book of talking about the burden baskets. The burden baskets served the people in many ways. As I can I can speak, I swear I can. Yeah. Utilitarian carriers for woods, herbs, tubers, acorns, rushes, and berries, the baskets assisted the women in keeping the lodge or camp in good order. As the guardians of the home, the burden baskets were a reminder to respect the happiness and privacy of each family's sacred space. When the burden basket was hung outside of any lodge, it reminded each visitor of the strength of character needed to set aside personal problems. To enter another's home with a black cloud of worry or neediness was considered very poor manners. To be in the present moment and to be willing to be a welcome guest requires strength of character. If everyone considered the sacred space of others before speaking or acting, balance would be easily maintained in all communal living situations. As a symbol of the internal strength necessary to keep our own counsel and bear our own burdens without inflicting them upon others, these burden baskets still teach each of us to trust the value of knowing our own answers through our connection to great mystery and the medicine helpers. Self-reliance is the keynote in all of the burden basket teachings. Physical strength is best supported by using leverage and the body's appendages to balance the number of baskets that we can carry. To have compassion for the burdens of others and yet not take those burdens on as our own requires a strong heart. Strength of character is called for in order to keep from adding to the problems of others through gossip or complaints. Great sensitivity is necessary for impeccable timing and knowing when and how to speak to others. Personal balance brings the self-reliance we need to be in present time. Inner strength is created through trusting our personal knowing and only seeking counsel when we have exhausted all other paths. That's interesting. Personal balance brings the self-reliance we need to be in present time. Inner strength is created through trusting our personal knowing and only seeking counsel when we have exhausted all other paths. When the children of earth learn self-reliance and interdependence, our common burden basket will one day be tossed into the fire of creation. The smoke rising from that fire will signal the answer to all the prayers of the fifth world of peace. Well, awesome. Great sensitivity is necessary for impeccable timing and knowing when and how to speak to others. Personal balance brings the self-reliance we need to be in present time. Inner strength is created through trusting our personal knowing and only seeking counsel when we have exhausted all other paths. Yeah, I super appreciate this one, and gonna let this percolate, and I'll probably review it again, this evening. I'll see if I can receive anything else around it. But some amazing messages, like from some of these oracle decks, and then just amazing messages from my own heart and from my spirit guides and all my divine helpers and allies. And so, I flipped open my journal to February 13th and talking about the full moon circle that I got to go to. And that morning I had woken up and I felt off. I felt so off. I was having kind of a bad dream full of anxiety and worry and regret and I was trying to help my little dog. And there was something wrong with her, and she was injured, and she was needing help. And I was wandering around a labyrinth or a maze or a series of distractions and obstacles or other worries, expectations, and agendas kept coming up. I was doing my best to navigate through these challenges and tasks, and I'm trying to get through these obstacles. And one of those was a huge bush with really, really large thorns that I had to push through, and I was kind of getting snagged and torn a little bit, and just trying to find my way through this mess. And then at one point I was on concrete steps trying to go down these steps in a wheelchair with this crippled child, and so that was really strange, and it had some weird feelings, helpless feelings of helplessness and powerlessness, and trying to get the steps that were blocked with all of this overgrowth, with this big huge bush that had these really long thorns. And what is this dream trying to tell me? Am I trying to avoid more pain or another upset or a fall? Just let go and ask for help and ask for the whole truth to reveal itself. And it's just like, yeah, it's just, in a way, like, I felt like I was being psychically attacked that day. And it just felt, man, it was really hard. But, like, it just kept reminding myself what was true and just kept letting things go. And sending divine love to myself, to my whole self, to the self, yeah, to the parts of myself that felt like they couldn't handle it, or that it wasn't right for me to feel the way that I felt, and just, yeah, all those parts of myself. I am loving kindness, and I am gentle strength. I accept myself as I am. I love my whole self, and I am whole once again. The whole truth within me, embodied, lives through me. I am a wide flood plain. I open my heart wider. I am safe right here within me. I am safe within me right here. Faith, trust, love, generosity, receptivity, beauty, truth, willingness, wholeness, fullness, wellness, faith, healing, grace, accepting, allowing, letting go with love, freeing love to be. Love always. Surrendering, opening, softening, remembering, letting go with love for me and we, for all beings. Love and compassion for myself and all the parts of me that feel unwell and not right to be. They feel separate or not good enough, unworthy and not received unconditionally. I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me. Thank you. I hold myself with love for myself. I open my heart wider. I am safe right here. I open to myself. I trust my love is held right here. I'm crying for all the parts of myself that have felt so alone, so lost, so afraid, so lonely, so disconnected, so abandoned, rejected, judged, condemned, and unworthy. I'm feeling so much love and compassion for all who are experiencing loss and moving into a new initiation through the shaman's death and rebirth. An invitation to come fully home to ourselves, to our love, through our wide, broken, open hearts. I call in the Great Mother's love. I call on the Great Mother's love. I call in the Great Mother's love to hold me through this deep healing journey of awakening and grieving, so that all that was lost is found and returned to the light, to be received, held, and healed. Om Aim Saraswati Yai Swaha. Choosing to be love for all of me, practicing my morning routines and being present right here with me. Maybe I am trying to avoid feeling this old pain that's coming up to the surface to be expressed, felt, and released, transmuted into loving strength. Just feeling so sad, depressed, weary, exhausted in certain ways, feeling like there's so much or too much and not enough. Maybe an opportunity to just let it be, let me be, let love carry, hold, and move me. I trust love, I trust life, I trust me, I trust God, I trust Goddess, I trust this alchemy and healing. I trust this love to be with me and hold me through all things. Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om. Namo Kuanchi and Pusa, Namo Kuanchi and Pusa, Namo Kuanchi and Pusa. Om Ram Ramaya Swaha, Om Ram Ramaya Swaha, Om Ram Ramaya Swaha. Radical trust, radical faith, fierce compassion, and amazing grace, the cosmic web of life, light, the sacred and the mundane. Love is all around, love always. There is an old pattern emerging or coming up to be seen, the need or the desire to hide away and isolate, the exile and the outsider, the lone wolf, the loner. I've been looking forward to the moon circle all week, but now the day is here and I'm feeling vulnerable, compressed, and scared. It's okay, I know. I choose to hold myself with love, for love is all right here. And so I made a pot of soup to bring to our circle and some delicious iced tea. And there was actually a dessert that I made that didn't actually turn out the way that I wanted, so I left that at home because it wasn't perfect. That's okay. It wasn't how I wanted it to be, but that's okay. I'm grateful for my life and for all this beautiful, joyful, bright, warming day and all it holds and it is for me and we today, all that's possible for us, to receive today. I let go and I surrender everything so I can be right here with me, so I can receive all that is available and within my being. I can make the room and I can clear the space for all of me to be, for all this love to be, fully free, honored, included, and allowed to be, free to hold and carry me and we, free to be offered, shared, and receive. And then there was a message that I got from Joan of Arc. And she said, freedom, peace, and sovereignty comes from the love within, the luminous children. And then that reminded me of they tried to bury us. They did not know we were seeds. And so the light, pushing through the darkness, and coming up to rise up, rooted like trees. And then after the circle, I wrote down my little messages that I'd received from my animal spirit companions, which were, vulture, white raven, hummingbird, otter, and peacock. And then a couple more came to say their piece. And that was koi fish, hawk, eagle, skunk, porcupine, parrot, badger, beaver, butterfly, and coyote. Great love messages for me always, within and through my love always. Thank you, dear life, for helping me to know and remember who I am, and all we are. I was feeling like a hot mess, and I wanted to isolate, but I'm so grateful I got to choose to show up to attend the full moon circle and attend to myself. And attend to what's important to me. Got to share such beautiful and great heartfelt love exchanges with our circle of friends, our sisterhood, bringing all new love, life, and in and through our own beings. Ripples, ripples, ripples. What else? Oh, there was some triggers that were coming up and some wounds that were coming up. So I was crying for myself, for all those parts of myself that felt so alone, that felt so isolated. And it was interesting that, just because I was feeling like that, I felt like I should isolate a little more. And so I talked myself out of that, though, and showed up to receive and to be and to share with others. And so I'm grateful that I did choose that love for me. And so some of the painful things that I was exploring, and it kind of like tied into that little dream. That's, the thread that I get to follow sometimes, even when it doesn't feel very good. And so it all has to do with self-importance, self-doubt, self-pity, self-negation, poor self-image, low self-esteem, self-denial, self-rejection, and self-sabotage to keep the little me safe. It's working out so great. And so, to be or not to be, to serve or to sever, that is the question I get to receive. So play around and explore with tones, sounds, vocals, songs, feelings, energies, light language, movement, and projecting sounds. A sound chamber. A container for myself to express. And so, looking at my agendas, my motivations, and my drives. And I choose to be honest and clear to the best of my abilities. So looking into these things and, making peace and alchemizing the poison into nectar. The goal is harmony and balance rather than perfection and holding higher frequencies. Alchemical union is, that balance, that harmonious balance of the two that are one. Forgiveness, surrender, and acceptance, faith, awe, humility, and gratitude, loving kindness, allowance, compassion, and empathy for my whole self, acknowledging and truly valuing this love I have, hold, and am for myself. There is a part of me that is so furious and feels absolutely furious about pretending and needing to pretend or play act or roll out for others and maybe my small self as well. I'm so angry and frustrated with this charade, this charade, and this false system that dishonors and denies our fullness, our totality, our wholeness, our fullness, and all we be. And there's another part of me that still wants to buy into the falseness and the smallness and the conditional safety, the comfort zone, the known comfort zones. So maybe it is right to stretch those old comfort zones and shed the outgrown, old, worn-out clothes that no longer fit me or hold me very well. Letting go of old attachments, beliefs, identities, stories, and all the old programs and conditioning that keep me separate from my whole self and embodying my whole truth, expressing that fully, truly, and freely for myself. Like it's all so compressed, repressed, and bottled up. I am in need of a space to release or to express and be freed, to move and to breathe. Not like a big shadow dump, but a new space just to be. So make the room and clear some space for the wounded and the healed to be included and integrated, honored, shared, and received, appreciated, valued, recognized, harmonized, unified, and freed. And yet there's still some little part of me that wants to stay stuck in the wound, that's comfortable in the misery or the what ifs and the melancholy of what could be, or what should be, and who I should be, and who I need to be, or who we should be, instead of just allowing, detaching, and witnessing, surrendering, and letting love be always. Letting love be as it is and as it needs to be. So how can I best serve love today, and how can I best be true love for me? How can I be of the greatest service to love, and how can I best live and show up today for truth, love, integrity, and beauty, to serve all I love and all I care for, to be love for me. Self-care is essential and not a luxury. I'm feeling the victim and the self-pity, despair, burnout. That soul weariness. And I had even been talking to a friend about this too, where I've been feeling, tired. Tired for a while. And she was feeling that bone-crushing fatigue as well. Like, it's just like this soul weariness, like this burnout, And so, it is because we've been through so much, in so little time, really. We have processed so much and gone through so many changes, and so it's a good time to rest and let go and release. And so, before the new moon cycle coming up next week on March 2nd. And so that'll be interesting as well. So it's a good time, to decompress and to allow and to rest, allow ourselves what we need, for our well-being. So I'm feeling annoyance and impatience with myself. I'm feeling antsy and pressured, feeling excluded and unworthy, some of these parts of me, and scared of shame, being shamed, being condemned, being minimized, being devalued and cast aside, demonized, ostracized, exiled, and blamed, punished, scorned, mocked, tortured, torn apart, scattered, trampled into the dust, scapegoated, forgotten, and fragmented. I'm seeing where I can be a better friend to myself. Approve, love, validate, affirm, remember myself, allow myself to be love for myself, to receive myself, to free myself, to believe in myself, in my love that I have to give and be, show up, and be myself in service to the whole, to create and contribute to all that well-being, to help others find the truth in themselves. I am willing to live my truth, love my truth, shine and rise. And it's all about glorious damn time, timeless time, being here now and remembering that I am divine love and we are divine, so unify. We are not separate, only in our minds. Just letting go. Oh man, just letting it be strange and changing my mind, changing and opening, widening perspectives. It's not so much what we think we know, it's recognizing the truth and remembering who we are. And choosing to embody, honor, and live that truth, the heart's whole truth, love's truth, God's truth, our truth, life's truth. We all are multidimensional, interconnected, individual expressions of the one whole. We are one, we are love, we are whole. We are all, we are loved, we are one, we are one. We are all one, we are all whole. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Remembering to let go and trust love and bless all that is happening for me and we, and bless and respond to my well-being's needs. I don't need to expect so much of me. Let go of what I think I need to prove or accomplish or achieve or be. Let go, let God's love carry me and we. Radical faith, courage, trust, love, and generosity, receptivity, radical surrender and honesty, radical change and possibilities, fierce compassion and true empathy, authenticity and accountability, devotion, willingness, humility, and strength, grace and gratitude. Relax into love, enjoy and receive, live love, have fun, play and create. Envision, encourage, inspire, free love to recirculate, regenerate, and appreciate. Radical reciprocity, love is free always. The love you withhold is the pain that you carry. Get over yourself to just be yourself. Get over yourself to get through to yourself. And remember, love you always. I hope you feel seen by you and remember all the things you've come through and all that's taught you who you are and who you can choose to be, all the love you choose for you. I hope you feel seen, held, loved, supported, and received by you, through love always, through all of you, through all your love, for all of you, always. February 16th, Leo full moon. And yes, oh yes, I do. All these old programs are falling away and dissolving. I'm jumping timelines and I'm co-creating a new earth, a full life, a soul-made life. And all is aligned and coming into true alignment. All is right, all is well, all is right now. Calling in the witness, the one who holds the silence, she who is the witness, the silence in the shadows, Nephthys, compassionate witness. She knows, she listens, she sees, she witnesses all things. She knows. Yeah, there are no strings necessary, and I can let go of being seen and recognized as special, worthy, enough, and valuable. I know my indivisible worth and my true value, and I know in my heart we are all valued, worthy of all this love. There is nothing to prove, improve, or achieve. Live for joy, live for truth, live for love, live for beauty. We are all love, and we are all love. We are all we love, and we are all one. We are all we love, and we are all enough. We are all love, and we are all loved. We are all we love, so be love and be loved. That's what I've always wanted. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Ripples, 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 waves of love, all thy love, sent out to all this love, all our love, through all we love. Thank you for this day, this gift. Thank you for all this love there is. Thank you for this life, this creative energy, and this opportunity to live and be alive, enjoying, embodying, and honoring life. I am grateful for the friendships, partnerships, relationships, connections, and reciprocal exchanges, and all the support available to me now. I am grateful for my friends and my allies, my community, and my home. I am grateful for the love containers that can and do hold me as I am in my full totality, in my sorrows, joys, grief, and pain, and clarity, through all these experiences, through all things, always. It's been a pretty sociable week. Yeah, as last week was a very sociable week. I think I did something sociable every single day, which is, kind of fun for me. Because, I don't mind being alone at all, and being a homebody at all. I don't mind that. But, I know sometimes I get to, encourage myself and nudge myself to, come outward. To go back out into the world and share things. But I would be a happy hermit if I just stayed in a cave all my life. I swear I would be. I mean, I would miss people and loved ones, but yeah. So sometimes it is good for me to stretch my comfort zones and and just enjoy being with others. And so super enjoyed last week and got to have some amazing, beautiful, loving, potent, fertile exchanges. Juicy, ripe, loving exchanges. And it was great. And felt really loved, blessed, and supported all week. And so, making that choice for me on last Sunday. And then, just enjoying, the rest of the follow through the week. I realized again yesterday that I get to include, love, value, appreciate, and acknowledge myself and my love, power, and energy, my creative ways of being, and all that I've come through, gone through, been through, and I am currently experiencing. I am the source of my own happiness, and it is not dependent on what is happening outside of me. I don't need others to approve, see, validate, or get me to be true to me and we. For me to choose that for me. I just am, and I don't have anything to prove to anyone about anything. I just get to allow, let go, and receive the love that is right here for me, and see everyone as powerful, and respect my sacred boundaries of the love that I get to choose for me. I'm showing up for my morning practices, and I'm devoted to my growth and our collective healing and expansion. I'm feeling at times this soul weariness that goes deep into the bones. Maybe it's a time to sing soulfully over the bones I've gathered to call in my full whole soul. I read about Nephthys and Saraswati and Radha today, so interesting and amazing, lots of synchronicities around these three for me. I was crying during my chanting of Saraswati, different emotions coming up to be expressed, felt, acknowledged, and released. Part of me is so damn ready to shed this old skin already. And part of me wants to go back to bed and go back to sleep, or feel stuck in self-denial and self-pity. But that's the old story of there just isn't enough blank for me and we. So it is interesting watching these old programs trying to reboot before they dissolve and fall the hell away. And maybe it would be good to write some letters to certain parts of myself and to others who get to play certain parts for me and we. I found myself mentally dictating a letter last night to the women in my soul groups, the women in my womb healing class, and the women in my real life who I'm feeling more connected to, and sending out ripples and waves of divine love and gratitude for being a great reflection and such beautiful teachers for me, to know myself, to know who I really am and can be for me and we. No adding or subtracting necessary. Make the room and make the space for it all to be. Making room for the wounded feminine and the healed feminine to be. Making room for the wounded masculine and the healed masculine to be. To be and change, to change and be. To be received, offered, loved, valued, recirculated, and freed. Honored in truthfulness and integrity. This is the love I choose for me. Knowing what's mine and what's not mine to carry, letting go of others and their expectations, letting go of what other people choose to see, letting go, letting love, letting me be, letting it be, responding with love from the center of me, or my I am presence, yes being, coming from that place of peace, calm, clarity, understanding, and trusting, allowing, receiving, surrendering, enjoying, expressing, engaging, playing, seeing, receiving, and letting go with love, offering, sharing, giving, faith and forgiving, wonder, awe, humility, gratitude, acknowledging and appreciating, being willing, courage, trust, faith and grace, well wishes, love, beauty, strength, permission to be imperfect and lovable and worthy always of this love, always, for all I am, and extending that love out to others and valuing what is right and right here currently, what is the gift and opportunity right here for me and we, listening and surrendering, trust, courage, and faith. Yeah. So what I realized, the last little while, and last night again, I was like, wow, if, there are certain people that don't see what I'm offering, the value of what I'm offering, that's not up to me to manage their perception or to correct them or, open their eyes for them. That's for them to do. And, sometimes I get tired of certain projections, too, and certain triggers come up around that. When someone is being dismissive or devaluing what I'm offering, but they're doing it in a covert way too. That that bothers me. But it actually doesn't hold as much of a charge for me anymore. Because I can actually truly value and appreciate my own gifts and what I am offering, and I truly do value and appreciate my own energy and my own creativity and my own love that I offer to others with generosity. And so true value and appreciation for wholeness, fullness, and the whole process, this whole healing process, and all of the parts that relate to the whole, and all phases and stages and cycles of growth. So, assholes need love too. There's the inner critic, the inner prude, Mrs. Magoo, the nitpicker, the nitpricker, the judge, the inner tyrant, and self-abuse, self-doubt, and self-depreciation. What parts of you do you reject, deny, and exclude? Where can you be love for all of you? And so, just looking at those things last night, about some things that came through. And it's kind of fun when, maybe someone is fishing for a reaction or who knows, maybe it's unconscious kind of things, but maybe I'll get to look into a little bit more about that. But it is kind of awesome too, where if I embrace my bullshit and I embrace my weaknesses and I allow those for myself, nobody can use them against me, because I've already accepted myself, and there's no fear about being shamed over these things that I've already accepted, and so nothing is wasted. And so it is kind of fun. to see that. There was a little meme that I saw a couple days ago, and it was yeah, it was just what I needed, actually. And maybe I'll find it, and maybe I won't. But what it said was, like, I expose my own weaknesses and vulnerabilities. You know, you can't hurt me with those. And it had a picture of Wonder Woman on, this meme. And just like, yeah, you can never use my weaknesses against me because I expose them my damn self. You know? And so it's just like, if I can just accept my whole self and the parts of me that feel wrong, or the parts of me that have been wrong, or, you know, all those things, like, yeah, what power does anyone else have over me, really? Like, what can they hold over my head? Like, yeah. And it's just kind of interesting, really. And so, yeah. I had been writing a letter to assholes, dear assholes and challengers. And I had written down about 13 names of people that, like, had played those assholes for me personally in my space in the last couple years. So I was thanking them, actually. And some of them were, like, people that were close to me, and some of them were just acquaintances, but they did trigger me, and they held something, a nice reflection that, or not so nice reflection that I got to see and that I needed to see for me. And so I feel grateful and humbled, you know. And so I just wrote, dear assholes and challengers, you were all assholes, and you played the deluded, ignorant, and selfish asshole and the internet trolls for me so very well. The demonizers, the douchebags, the ostrich with the head in the sand, the hypocrite, the sheeple, the frauds, the pretenders, the liars, mother superior, the know-it-alls, the self-righteous, the fearmongers, the haters, the judge, jury, executioners, the nitpickers, the compassionate Nazi killers, excluders and colluders, order followers, brown shirts and tyrants, victims and narcissists, on your high horse pedestals, pretenders and play actors, and the shining saints with your heads up your clenched butts. The do no wrong, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil silencers, and I was so very angry and disappointed in you all for not being able to see through your own bullshit and programmed fears. But I am so very grateful for all that you helped me see about me, my well-being, and my need to come back home fully to me and we. So thank you for being a great reflection for me, so I could choose love for my whole full well-being. I realize now what a gift, blessing, and opportunity that you gave me to turn inwards and be true love for myself, to accept myself, to be true to myself, to be love for my whole self, to show up for myself, to honor my boundaries and my and thy love for myself, to build trust and give permission to myself, to be all I am, just as I am, and trust my own visions and my own intuition, to answer the call and to claim it all, and to be who I need to be for me, without needing your validation, support, praise, approval, or appraisal. Yeah, thank you for being that asshole. I'm looking at trust and sacred boundaries, and what I allow to come into my sacred space, what I'm reinforcing and what I'm collapsing, what I am contributing to and co-creating, what I'm honoring and serving, appreciating or depreciating, what my motivations and drives are, what my choices create for myself and for those in relationship with me. And that is where, is always a good place to start. And that's all I had for, that was February 17th. And February 18th, I can allow myself to get comfortable with others seeing me as wrong. That was one thing that I learned this week. I can allow myself to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I can allow myself to get comfortable with others seeing me as wrong. Well, okay. Then that's, damn skippy. I can get comfortable with that. I can be okay with that. That's okay with me now. Like, and before, like, it was like the worst thing in the world. Oh no, they're gonna see me as wrong. Oh no. And it's just like, now it's like, meh, okay. However they want to see me, I guess. And so that is way more freeing. And so, I'm grateful for that alchemy and for, these new levels of, like, being or freeing me to be. These new levels of freedom. And so, another thing that I learned was like behind some of my agendas and motivations, was that need for praise or approval and validation. But like in that, I saw on this podcast, Unraveling the Collective Psychosis, something was mentioned, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. This is what I've actually been working with the last couple weeks. Oh my gosh, this is what I needed. And so it was really about how praise sometimes can be as damaging as blame and shame can be. When we're just acting from our hearts, like when we're little children and we're just giving because that's what we do, and we're doing something, like from our heart, doing something loving, offering something, giving something, but then we're reinforced and, oh, you're such a good boy, little Jimmy. That's so nice of you to share. And then we're just like, oh, that got good results. And so then we're constantly trying to recreate that, like sometimes, like, and get that again for ourselves. And so I've been noticing that, like, in certain ways, like, once you get like the praise, like from someone, and you're and then when they don't praise you and you're just like, wonder, like, need to try a little harder, or something. But it's kind of silly and not that black and white either. But just kind of looking into that a little bit more, and I'll have more to share about it next time. But the need for positive reinforcement and validation, because like that has been used a lot, negative attention and positive reinforcement, and it's been a little bit of a mind fuck. We'll just leave it at that. And so the fear of being seen as wrong, LOL, one of my main cock blocks, keeping me from my whole self. So just get comfortable with that silly song. It's okay to be wrong, to feel wrong. It's okay to be seen as wrong. Dun dun dun. Being seen as wrong. Silly song. Let's sing a song about being wrong and seeing myself as wrong. What's wrong? What's wrong with me and being wrong? Maybe there will always be a part of me that's scared of that, but that's really all okay. And maybe there's a part of me that will always be angry about the blindness, ignorance, fear, greed, vanity, ego, flattery, manipulation, and hypocrisy. And I can make peace with that as well. So clean up your own house, sort through your own dirty laundry, and claim your own legit skeletons in your own secret closets. Clean up your own inner terrain and claim your whole well-being. Terra, terra, terra. Activating your light body, Merkaba. Behold the jewel in the lotus, Om Mani Padme Hum, cosmic web of light, intraweb of connection, Aham Prima, Soham, let there be light. Letting go, letting go, letting go. This rage and grief ceremony today was so powerful, really. I ran a bath, and I lit some candles, and I placed some crystals around the tub. I burned some incense, and I filled up the tub with super hot water, and I got comfortable with feeling uncomfortable, and I let it all just go, to receive and to be free. And I let myself and my thinking mind just go and be. And I embraced the not knowing, and I felt all the pain, the anger, the grief, and abandonment, rejection, betrayal, deception, hurt, denial, manipulation, and shame. All the scapegoating, all the painful fragmenting. I screamed, I wailed, I cried, and I moaned, and I let go, and I just vocalized, and I let it all go, for me and for we, for love, for mother, for humanity, for life, for all of we. Giving it back, offering it back to the mother, to source, to creator, to love. Expressing and releasing with love. Ripples, ripples, ripples. Fire, water, golden sun, blue waters. Alchemical union, divine marriage. We are the sacred garden and the gardeners. We are the luminous children of God and Goddess. Love, life, light. Deep gratitude from the ancestors and my family tree. Appreciation for breaking the chains of silence, pain, and suffering. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up and choosing love for yourself. Wholeness. Divine love are we. We are divine love. Let it be. Love is free. We are free. It is right for me to feel my anger. It is right for me to share my feelings. It is right for me to express my anger, rage, and grief. It is right for me to feel all my feelings. It is right for me to honor my voice. It is right for me to honor my voice and my full well-being soul needs. I am strong, I am loving, I am kind, I am gentle. It is right for me to be me. It is right for me to be truthful, authentic, and free. I surrender my fears and overcome my own insecurities in service to the whole, in service to love, and to the world soul, in service to her who comes on behalf of all, the language of the earth and heart, her heart, golden rays of sunshine, cool blue waters, soft warm earth, tree of life, mother soul creation, the great heart is one, holy grail, sacred chalice, holy wellspring of divine fertility and soul refreshment. I bless, praise, receive, offer, and surrender now. I honor your voice, and I speak freely. I honor your love and your feelings. I honor my love and my feelings. I trust and I love myself. So trust and love yourself. Trust and love life. Trust being who you are. I trust my life. There's a whole lot to love, to share, be, and choose. Thank you for this day and all the love in every way that we always get to choose for ourselves. It's a mighty fine day to be loving and to choose, to free love, to be with love, to share love, to be love, to be loved, and allow our love to bloom. Lots of love all around, remembering all is well, and there is so much to celebrate and be grateful for. Loving my life and loving my family and loving all these gifts in my life. All this love, always. And I got to spend some time with some family this weekend, and it's always nice, to get together, to share love, and just to be with love. And that's, what I'm here for. And so that's what I show up for. And grateful for everything. Grateful for all of this. Grateful for all the shit, all the fertilizer that we get to potentiate our amazing gifts with. And so making room for it all. Answering the call to claim it all. And to be free, fully, internally and externally. Claiming that internal freedom and that power to be, that freedom to be, that freedom for me. Claiming that for myself and my well-being, and encouraging and inviting all others to show up and choose what they need for their own well-being. Allowing others their right to be, their own journey, their own beliefs, their own illnesses, or their own well-being. And so, grateful for all these things, and for the gift of friendship and being a good friend to me, showing up for me and we, and doing my part in all my ways, in and through all my ways, allowing it all to be, receiving gratefully all this love there is for me, all this love we are always. And there is like some poems and some soul collage cards that I have here that I totally am going to go into next time. And as I was reading some of the messages, and I some of the images popped out and just saw them in my mental streams, and so it's just so perfect. And it is such a cool thing to be able to see some of these patterns and some of these synchronicities, and just that magic, and that that is alive and is operating always through life. So it is so fun to see, and I do feel a little less tired and a little less drained now that I came on here to speak. So yay, when we are giving from our hearts, it is energizing for us. And so even though I didn't really feel showing up and being something that I wasn't, that performance pressure, and I let that go. And that is something that did free up a lot of energy for me, and free up the space for me to be, and to offer that love and to receive. So I'm grateful, for all these things, and learning as I go. Learning, every day. So be teachable, and be humble, and be grateful that we always get to learn, so much. But it's just up to us to choose, and us to make the space for, and invite, and open to receive. Offer it to ourselves, or allow, and give ourselves our own permission to receive and be here now. So love you all, be love for yourselves, and be well. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you for now. Bye-bye.